everyone, welcome back to Psychosocial Oncology TV. I'm Rhonda Craig, and during day 3 of this historic meeting, delegates were given a chance to get up close to international experts and even had a chance to chime in on global hot topics in psychosocial oncology. Journalist, author, and breast cancer survivor Cokie Roberts moderated this packed town hall session, which featured experts from the U.S., UK, and Norway. Panelists addressed international goals and challenges of psychosocial palliative care for patients with advanced disease. Delegates added to the conversation with insightful questions and personal anecdotes. Globally, many equate palliative care with dying and the end of life. Panelists agreed a top goal is to change that perception.
I think the goals are to make sure that palliative care is integrated into the full care system, and not just at the end of life, but as part of the entire spectrum of care.
Most people most of the general public don't know what palliative care is. The problem is in the mind of the professionals largely. So I think, and it was interesting that most of the panel thought that the right thing to do is to explain properly what palliative care is, and then people will not be scared of it.
This next session tackled the tough subject of suicide and suicidal ideation in cancer patients. While depression and mental health issues can be common for cancer patients, for many, depression is not the main risk factor for suicide. Instead, it's often poor physical function, debilitation, or patients feel like they are a burden to their families.
Increased thoughts about suicide and suicide completions are still prevalent in cancer survivors, even people who have been cured, even 10 or 15 years after treatment. So we need to be thinking about it not just early on, although the risk is highest early on. We need to be thinking about it later on, and we can't just think about suicide ideation as part of depression. It's part of suffering. Sometimes that's depressive suffering, but sometimes it's physical health suffering, and those patients may be the ones that we need to work harder to detect.
APOS and IPOS are the leading multidisciplinary organizations for professionals in psychosocial oncology. On Friday, both organizations took time out to recognize visionaries and legends in the field. The annual awards ceremony celebrates individual contributions and leadership in the field of psychosocial oncology. One by one, leaders hit the stage to share research, words of wisdom, and accept awards in a room full of their peers.
We who take care of cancer patients and their families, for those who live a long time and for those who don't, we have to live the values that we talk about. We have to provide the counseling to ourselves that we provide to patients and families. And we have to live wise, healthy lives.
Here's a quick look at this year's winners. As the Congress comes to a close, we encourage you to stay active and engaged throughout the year. For more information on ongoing education, upcoming events, and legislation, visit one of the websites on the screen. For now, I'm Rhonda Craig with Psychosocial Oncology TV. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next year. I'm Rhonda Craig with Psychosocial Oncology TV, and I'm here at the 2015 World Congress. Joining me now is Dr. Jimmy Holland. She is the co-editor for Psycho-Oncology Journal, and special contributor Dr. Jeffrey Dunn. Now, Dr. Holland, for those who may not be too familiar, give us just an overview of the journal.
Happy to. 1992, Dr. Watson and I decided it was time we didn't have to read oncology and nursing, and we need our own journal. So we started Psycho-Oncology, and it's been incredibly successful. We've had a great time doing it, and so this culmination in this special meeting here with abstracts from 900 people coming in, which Wiley's published, and wonderfully so, to sort of document the Congress. It's all done, so we're excited about that.
And you just mentioned a special abstract, and I understand that we have a special Congress-themed abstract for July. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. Well, it's around standards of care and moving from one country to the global setting. And they're all put together by Wiley into one set of abstracts, which one should have at least online, if not with hard copy. Okay.
Definitely. We'll make sure we get more information about that. And a special issue is coming out also in October, right? And Jeffrey Dunn, he's a co-editor on that. So Jeffrey, if you could tell me about the cancer prevention issue and what we can look forward to seeing.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Rhonda. Yeah, we have a special edition coming out in October this year with a focus on cancer prevention. Psycho-Oncology is a discipline and concerned with the behavioural aspects of cancer, and it brings together psychiatrists, psychologists, nurses, social workers, all of those interested in this aspect. And we have a role from cancer prevention through early detection, through supporting those diagnosed with cancer through to palliation. So this edition looks at particularly our contribution to cancer prevention at a primary, secondary and tertiary level.
And we look forward to seeing that. Dr. Dunn, Dr. Holland, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Rhonda. Appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us as well. For Psycho-Social Oncology TV, I'm Rhonda Craig.